We're in search of the best value real estate here in Vancouver, and today we're checking out the Butterfly, a 2-bed, 2-bath, to see if this home is worth its price. When we first walked in, I said just the lobby itself, I would pay around like $850,000. And then when we walked up and when I saw the patio thing, I raised it to $900,000. When we got into the place where Ken was locked into, the unit, I ended up thinking, at first I'm like 1.4 million because functionality, but as I started staying in there longer, I'm not sure what it was, but I think just like the energy, like how do you even explain it? In the heart of Vancouver rises an icon, the Butterfly. More than a tower, it's a statement, a sculpture in the sky where architecture meets emotion. Here, design isn't just aesthetic, it's intentional. Community isn't a feature, it's the foundation, and lifestyle isn't sold, it's lived. The Butterfly isn't just shaping the skyline, it's shaping the future of luxury living. This pool is really cool. I think pool I would use, and also it's really cool to have guests over. And this gym is a daily for me. Like, if I'm living downtown, I don't want to walk to a gym.
Yeah.
The biggest value add to me is being part of this community. I want to meet all these people who are affluent, and then building me up. Tell me the price first.
So we're going to market
Okay.
a little bit over
Sure.
your estimated price.
I'm not a good, like, I can tell a price, but as someone who's never going to buy this home, this is just out of my price point. So, good to see you, Dean. Dean will be our real estate expert today, touring around this property. First,
sir.
give us a quick overview.
So this is the Butterfly by Westbank. Westbank is known for developments such as Telus Garden. It is completing, so we might see a few construction crew and a few other things, but we're going to go through the specialties of this building.
Westbank has a lot of creative visions. Like, they want to bring artistic value into the city, right?
So I'm sure you've seen from the outside of this building, this brings an entirely different look to the skyline of Vancouver.
So why don't we actually take a look around this lobby area?
So the beautiful thing about this lobby, the site used to be owned by First Christian Church. They wanted to take the inside of an organ and then take that as inspiration for the lobby.
I mean, this lobby area is just huge. And over here, this piano is worth, I think it was $700,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, now I'm learning a bit about something.
Right.
If I were to evaluate this piano, I wouldn't have known.
But the fact that they have all these designers to suit the Butterfly, like all of these are individual wooden art pieces that they have to craft out and put out. And like, if you look at it architecturally, it's like a real estate. How can that support how heavy that piano is?
Man, the engineering in this piano embodies the engineering of this building.
Let me play something for you real quick.
Please. Man, you're stealing the show from me.
All right, let's check out the rest of this area.
Yeah, so we have these beautiful gold tone.
What is this design?
Mail
this
room.
is an awesome building.
I know. The thing is, with the gold tone theme is going to follow throughout the building. You're going to see it once we enter the unit. And you can see the curvature in the walls. They embody, again, the same design ethos that is outdoors.
These walls have like a brush design on them.
So there's a depth into the wall visually, but not physically.
So I think we're going to see a lot of artistic value in this building as we
definitely will. And a lot of the feedback that I've gotten is a bit of design over function, but when you have something beautiful, you know, it's not always going to be the most functional, right?
So first, valuation. Right now I'm just valuating what the outside of the building and the lobby looks like.
Purely visual evaluation. How do you feel so far?
Assuming that the unit is like just a bed, I would pay $850,000 so far for this lobby and outside of this building, right?
Hey, that's a great start.
Imagining the unit is going to get really good. Amenities probably have to be great.
I have a secret for you with the amenities.
Okay.
Something very, very special. But in terms of the unit, I also think it boasts its own, unique characteristics. And like I said, and there's a bit of a magic trick inside the unit. So
I'm excited to check it out.
You simply buzz your fob.
Right.
And then the floor is selected. It tells you which elevator out of the 4 elevators that you're going to be waiting for.
Right.
And it's going to say elevator C is where we need to be.
So this is like usually what happens in commercial buildings. Wait, first of all, wow, what this elevator?
So this is a double height elevator. Okay.
Wow. This is beautiful. This is huge.
Here's something special, guys.
Okay.
The hallway is open.
What?
Okay. We're looking down at Nelson Street and we're looking at exterior design of the building every time you leave your unit. So you'll never forget that you bought at the Butterfly.
So if you live here, when you walk out, you immediately come to this patio area. But also there's this tree right here.
That's the lower hallway as well. If you can see, every third floor kind of dips in. So we have an inside dip and then we have an outside extension.
Is our unit on this floor right now?
Our unit is actually right
Oh,
here.
so this floor is actually good because you see downstairs, if the vase is over there, it blocks a lot of the view. If you go one more floor up, you don't have this. So this is actually a nice floor to have this tree feature. I would imagine there's one downside of this, how the winter is going to be in the rain.
The initial viewing when we came for the key possession, it was pouring rain that day.
Right.
And this remained dry because we're on the 12th floor. That extension right there,
Yeah.
it's so far forward from the area that you would walk. Maybe some other floors, I couldn't say the same.
The small thing I'm seeing is adding like new values.
And
Okay.
another thing I wanted to mention too,
Yeah.
like I said, the curvature of the walls. If you see, there are no sharp edges. There's a round wall right behind you.
So just looking at this part, we haven't even looked at the unit. This is already like, so earlier I said 850.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it 900,000 now. This is a luxury home, right? It has to impress. And this is definitely impressive.
Times of the past where you had hosting events and you had friends over.
Right.
So how are you gonna wow the crowd coming in? And when you're at a price point like this, you know what? 90% aren't gonna be
What is
happy.
the price point?
We'll
Are you
get to
gonna
that.
tell me later?
We'll get to that.
Okay, sure. Let's take a look at the unit. Ken Lowe's gonna now tour our house and all right, let's go tour the house.
All right, come on in, guys.
All right. Yeah, first impression, we have this super long hallway and also curvatures over here. These are the closets or what?
Oh no, this is actually your first bathroom.
Oh, first bathroom.
But what's nice is as you enter the matte white floor
Yeah.
finish, on your right hand side, you have tons and tons of closet space.
Let's open it up. Let's
Yeah.
look at everything. Whoa.
Your washer and dryer located right over here.
Okay.
But not only that, it continue all the way down to your
Right.
living area.
So these are really deep closets. Was it necessary to make the closets this deep?
The bedroom itself, the closet, is not as big, so
Okay.
you need more space to store.
I see,
on.
over here. Should we take a look at the bathroom?
Very beautiful design. As always, is all white finish with a little bit of gold. Butterfly really want to be innovative. We have a shower here
You have your waterfall.
and floating toilet.
Oh, floating toilets.
Easy to clean.
Interesting, okay. This is really interesting. Is this,
Yeah,
is
it's,
this from a brand or is this custom? Well, that's a really unique sink.
Now as we look at the first bedroom, so it's full
look at
glass throughout.
Yeah.
Going
This bedroom is see-through into the living room area,
There is a blind for privacy.
right?
So like I mentioned, the closet space is not
Ah.
very big, so that's why you need the additional storage on
I
the
see.
hallway.
I think for me personally, what would make sense if this was just an office space and then have that separate from my entertainment space in the living room.
Yeah.
I would live in this as a very luxurious one bed.
Yeah.
So I would just treat it as like a bachelor's. We gotta check out the bedroom in there, but like office, living room area. So how would you design the layout of this room? Like where does the TV go? Where does things go? Okay, I think we should start with the kitchen. So because what you definitely need is dining table. There's no island here, right? So where does the dining table go?
So if we have the sofa here, TV there, dining table can be a
So like a circular dining table,
Circular type.
and then the sofa can go horizontal here, probably, and then the TV goes against here.
yeah.
Yeah, let's take a look at this kitchen.
Obviously, Mille.
Miele,
in
what did you say?
Germany, they say Mille. A nice little feature is if you press a little button here.
Okay.
Trying to find it.
So what is the feature for?
Luxuries. Freezers right over here.
Uh-huh.
Very nicely designed is
Yeah.
like this metal basket
Yeah,
instead of your
nice.
traditional.
I like that. So show me more of the kitchen. Kitchen's super important for me. I'm aware of these. Miele.
Your gas stove, your dishwasher, and then tons of cabinet
Yeah.
space. And then you get your steam oven as
Yeah.
well as your regular oven.
So one thing about the other developments, they do Miele. Miele. I'm gonna go back to Miele, but they pair it with the ovens. They use like Panasonic or something else. But everything matching looks better.
Of course.
How's the storage space down here? Oh, they're all pull-outs?
Yeah, they're pull-outs, which
Wow.
individual shelving that's already built in.
That's great.
And then over here under the sink,
Uh-huh.
you have all your divider already here.
Yeah, that's great. And then what about our space on top?
Space on top.
I guess it's worth it because let's say if we moved everything in a little bit to have more walkway space,
Yeah.
you're probably not going to feel it. But you're going to lose a lot of storage space.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at the patio. So
Sliding door.
the sliding door, and
Okay.
we're west facing.
Let's go out.
So you have very beautiful mountain view,
Wow,
and you
that is a
can
great
also
view.
see the water.
Oh, this is a great view.
It's a very great view.
I don't
It's
see much water. I mean, like, that's a stretch. But the mountain view is really nice.
mountain view is very
Especially
nice.
the right side here, West Vancouver.
Yes.
What is the best corner here? Wouldn't the better unit be on this side?
No, because I've been to the penthouse,
Uh-huh.
and we did a whole walkthrough, and
Right.
the best view that the developer mentioned is this direction.
Really? Interesting. Okay, well, let's keep going
think this
into
is
the master.
Yes, this would be your master bedroom.
Right.
As you enter, it's kind of like a spa retreat
Uh-huh.
type of feeling. inspired by it's the same inspiration downstairs.
The organ pipe. Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, let's keep walking in. This
So-
feels very zen now. Like we're modern to zen. So first of all, I love the color of this wall. Right.
And this is all your.
Oh, it's kind of like a fridge. It opens up like this.
Oh yes, open.
Oh.
That's right.
Okay.
You want to take a look? So with every drawer is middle.
It's metal?
Yeah.
All right, this is our second closet.
Yeah, second closet right
Uh-huh.
over here. It would
Alright.
be the same exact
Okay.
look.
Yeah.
And then
Cool.
carry on, you do have
So where is this?
2 more closet over here.
This is so much closet space.
A lot of closet space. The washroom.
Okay, you go inside. I'll check from here.
I know you're probably thinking, where's the privacy? Because
Okay.
all this window right over
Sure.
here. But the privacy is actually control
Okay.
in the palm of your hand with a click of the button. Oh,
I can't see in at all. How does this work?
it's technology.
It's technology. Okay. 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 So originally I gave the what is it? The
950,000.
was it that high? I started at 850 for the lobby, right?
Lobby,
and I
and
came
then-
up. I added 50, I think, to 900.
Also the 900.
Yeah, but with this unit, so there's some things I really love and I really don't like. So in terms of functionality of this unit, I rate it 7 out of 10. But in terms of like uniqueness, art, how comfortable, like how happy I would be living in here, I think it's like a 9 out of 10. Like personally, I really like just unique things. When I invite someone over, I want to be like, whoa, your home's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now, we went from 900, after looking at this place, with the lobby and this unit right now, I think we're going to, I would pay 1.4 million for this right now.
1.4 million.
So, do you want to tell me the price now or after we've looked at everything and we've...
I think we should show you more.
Okay, show you more, because I do think in this building, everything is going to add value.
And another thing I want to add is,
Uh-huh.
Alex, you can't really put a price on art.
Okay, yes you can.
Do you remember that banana that got duct tape on the wall?
Okay,
Yeah. See, that went for a ridiculous amount of money.
but someone put a price on it.
You're not just buying a condo, you're buying
Uh-huh. Right.
artwork, you're buying a lifestyle.
Right.
So I think that's what makes it unique, and it's only approximately 330 total units,
Okay,
and it's a well-known building that's designed by Riveri.
right. Well, let's look at the other stuff. I'm sure it's going to add more value. All right, so we still have to check out the rest of the amenities, right? And everything else?
So
Okay.
Dean is gonna show you guys the amenities.
Okay. He's only allowed to sell the units.
Ken's selling the unit. I'm selling the
The building?
the idea.
Wow, the idea. Okay, okay. All right,
No, but
let's go
we'll
check
head
it
over
out.
to the amenities.
Okay, Ken, let's go.
All right, so we're gonna go into level 5 where the amenity floor is, and I don't want to talk about the amenities before we
Okay,
get there.
actually, quickly. Inside there, I set the Ken 1.4 million, I think. I changed my mind the longer I sat in there. I'm at 1.6 million now.
1.6. Okay,
Okay.
we're bumping up.
But this one, I have a feeling we're not close to the price, so I'm hoping I'm gonna get wowed by the amenities.
Hey, that's the point. So we're gonna get into D here.
Okay. All right, so this amenities floor.
Great, so we're on floor number 5 here,
Okay.
the amenity floor. We're gonna have the gym off to my left, and then also the party room or lounge. So we're gonna check that out real quick first. So this is the party room. In terms of the booking and things like that, but it's pretty standard that you're gonna need a deposit for any amenity room in most buildings these days.
This feels like just a 3-bed room.
I know, and it's super spacious. The way they've done the furniture as well makes it even more welcoming. Also, you have
They have an
here-
island.
Exactly, stainless
They
steel.
have kitchen.
Stainless steel.
Right?
So you're gonna have longevity here. Most of these are gonna be owner occupied.
Yeah.
Gonna continue to be a wonderful place to host, right? Full size appliances there, even a gas cooking range in the amenity room.
This is just a full unit. I mean, like, look at this.
That's a double wide fridge as well.
What are we doing here, man? This is great.
Like the unit upstairs, there is ample storage throughout, soft close everything,
Yeah.
as expected. And yeah, whether you're hosting friends, you have a birthday, don't mess up your unit.
Look at the
Mess up the amenity room.
And also, they have really nice wallpaper that matches their theme downstairs of the brush.
Exactly. So you have a textured look.
Right.
This is actually not wallpaper.
Okay, cool. I love this room. Like,
So we'll
I
get
wish
out of the
my
party room.
unit was like this. Okay, and then this is the
Then
fitness
we'll
room
get into the fitness room.
that people here will avoid. Oh my God, this is a full fitness room.
So
Look at
this
the-
is a fully appointed,
yeah.
very nice equipment. You have your Smith
all
machine
brand
here.
new. Take a look at the treadmill.
Yeah, for
Treadmills
sure.
are really nice.
Yeah, let's roll around this way. So full digitized, Peloton style
Oh wow.
bikes here.
Yeah, these treadmills are like you can sprint on these treadmills.
They didn't spare any expense when it came to filling out the fitness rooms, and then we have a yoga room over there as well.
yoga room?
So
Oh, the yoga room. I wish this was wood, because
Yeah.
if it's designed well, yoga wood would have been better.
and I have a challenge for you, Alex.
Yes.
Okay, I know you're an athlete.
Okay,
I've seen you perform on the court.
sure.
Can you perform in the butterfly fitness room? I am gonna see if you can pull the full stack. You must add
Can you?
50,000 onto
Okay.
your final evaluation.
Sure, that's not much. Can you pull the full stack?
Can I pull the full stack? I guess we'll have to see.
Okay, show me. Oh, you can do multiple reps?
You're gonna have to add about 600,000 onto your
600. I thought you said 50,000.
What was that? Was that 5 reps?
Okay, so for each rep will count as a 50,000 difference. We can do that.
Nah, I think we're losing it. If you can do full stack, we'll add a 50. We'll keep it at
Okay,
that.
okay. Let me try this.
It's not that much.
I'll do 6 too.
I think I did 3.
Okay. All right. No valuation ad for you. Okay. Let's go take a look at the rest. This gym's perfect for me. My concern is this building is filled with people who don't have fixed work hours. Because usually my advantage when I go to public gyms is I go at like 12 or like off-peak times. It's completely empty. But here it's like, if I come at off-peak time, is it still going to be empty?
I would say for most owner-occupied buildings, even ones with like amazing amenities, we don't even see too much traffic.
Right.
So the interesting thing, whether this will hold true in the future, is that everybody that I've encountered in
They've all been really nice so far.
super
we met some
nice.
people, yeah. Well, do we have other amenities here? We have pool
do.
and stuff?
Yes,
All right,
sir.
Let's keep going.
This is kind of like the creme de la creme
Okay.
of the amenities, in my opinion.
First of all, what is that? Like, break down what creme de la creme means. Cream of the cream?
So essentially, when you think about cream, you put it on the top of a cake, right?
Okay.
The final topping. It's the cream of the cream.
The
all
cream
right?
on top of the cream.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good explanation.
That's exactly what I meant.
That's perfect.
Check this out.
All right.
Bada bing. They turned it off. They turned it off. It's closed.
Or is it not the right key?
No, it's the right key. Oh,
This is the pool lounge.
you guys take a second to chill out here.
Okay.
You know, put a little timer on. These are kind of like the outdoor style.
Oh, so
patio.
it's supposed to be when it's wet.
Yeah, that you can chill out here. I mean, you can feel it's a little bit warmer in here as well.
It's interesting. Usually these are by the pool.
And you'll see why they didn't have space to
Okay.
put this by the pool.
Sure. Okay, so this is the walking in.
This goes right into your hot tub setup. If you look above us, the same design ethos follows through, even for the pool. And you're gonna see the only, really the only, I know sometimes sales guys push the envelope a little bit too much. Find me another place that has a 50-meter Olympic length swimming pool
This is 50 meters?
that is built this year.
That's...
There we go.
Whoa. Huh. Which
So-
way should we... How do we... Let's walk to one side so we can see the entire length.
Exactly.
Wow, this is long. Yeah, let's talk about the architecture here. It follows the whole butterfly design still.
The outside aesthetic comes back into the inside here.
Yeah, there's a lot of ambient lighting up here as well. Yeah,
But this is, again, going to be purpose-built pool for swimming laps, for getting that workout in.
I like it.
All right.
I would use this pool. Like, I would actually just in gym, cardio day is probably just swimming for me.
Alex, how about this? We matched on the lifting portion.
Sure.
All right. How about if this video gets, you know your algorithm better than me.
Okay,
in
if
the
it
number.
gets 10,000 likes.
All right. 10,000 likes, and
We'll race.
Alex will be drowning in a.
Nah, I'm gonna win. All right. Okay, let's go somewhere else. Okay, Dean, this is one of the longer tours we've done on this channel. Let's do a price breakdown. Of course, this is all my opinion and what I would pay. I probably undervalue this.
That's what
'cause
we're here for,
I can't afford this. But so let's do. When we first walked in, I said just the lobby itself, I would pay around like 850,000, right? And then when we walked up and when I saw the patio thing, I raised it to 900,000. When we got into the place where Ken was locked into, the unit,
sir.
I ended up thinking, at first I'm like 1.4 million because functionality, but as I started staying in there longer, I'm not sure what it was, but I think just like the energy, like how do you even explain it?
I think this goes for any unit. Is that if you don't have the, you know, that homey feel, if you don't have the touches, if you don't have the furniture yet,
Right.
right, you're gonna interpret it the way like basically a blank canvas.
Right.
Right. And sometimes that makes the unit better. Sometimes it makes it worse. I would say this one is almost like such a blank canvas that you're kind of you're really left to your own devices of how you feel about it.
Right.
Right. So whether that's an attraction or not, that's.
So I said 1.4, but by the time I left, it felt like a 1.6. But the thing I think right now why I keep saying 1.6 for the unit is I can't get out of my head that unit is a 2-bed. Like for me, it's a 1-bed with a really big office.
Hey, I totally agree.
How I'm thinking of it, yeah.
I totally agree. It's a little bit of a 1 bed in a fishbowl. But the interesting thing is that's not only being done by this development, we're seeing that across the board all over Vancouver.
Okay.
And not just Vancouver, true Vancouver, we're seeing it in Burnaby. We're seeing it in, all over the Lower Mainland. So whether it's a futuristic touch or, a corner cut that some people would say, then again, that's up to the final purchaser, how they feel about whether they see that as a 2-bedroom or a large den.
Right. So let's talk about the amenities now. Amenities, we have the gym, we have the pool, and the party room, right?
Yes, sir.
Party room's fantastic. That's great. We viewed one before this video where that party room I could make money. This party room is like purely party. I'm not gonna make. I'm probably not gonna host workshops in here. This pool is really cool. I think pool I would use, and also it's really cool to have guests over. And this gym is a daily for me. Like if I'm living downtown, I don't want to walk to a gym.
I totally agree. Especially with the weather that we know here in Vancouver. You're not gonna want to get to a gym, get sweaty, and then have to walk home in the rain.
Right.
Even if you drove, right? Downtown traffic, if the camera were to pan outside, it's deadlocked, gridlock right now, right?
So we're at 1.6. I think that where the amenities brought me to is 1.8. Okay?
Okay.
But I think for me, like as someone who cannot afford to live here, the biggest value add to me is being part of this community. Because I think I'm an entrepreneur now, I'm trying to build my business. I want to meet all these people who are affluent and then building me up. The previous video, why I gave it such a high valuation is because I could make money there. And now in this, if I can get it, if this is a good community and I can meet these people and make money, I think we're going to jump a lot higher. So tell me about the community.
Exactly. So you're going to see just over 300 units in this building. The percent of people where you could say, hey, I live at the Butterfly is going to be a very small percentage of Vancouver, whether they're tenants, whether they're owners. And the thing about this is because we're talking about the price point again, this is in the highest echelon of price point when it comes to condos. So even if you do see tenants, they're going to be paying so much monthly that, hey, whether they're successful entrepreneurs, maybe they don't see Vancouver as a forever home. Maybe that's why they're renting too. Right. So when you meet people in the elevators, and we have in the lobbies, everything like that, everyone's been so friendly. And I think that comes into a factor where you're surrounding yourself with that level of community, that level of society that you're buying into, not just the unit itself, not just the building itself.
That's important for me because I've been in areas where there's like affordable housing and or like care homes, and it's like not a pleasing environment. So that's actually going to jump me a big amount, this community component, because of the type of people here. I'm going to go from 1.8 to 2.2. Okay, so
nice jump.
Do you think that's fair?
I think that's pretty fair. And another comparison I want to make is, a lot of these luxury fitness centers, the equipment doesn't necessarily change or get higher in value or higher in use.
Actually,
however, the community that you get.
You're right. That's such a great point I did not think of. If I were to think of what I would pay for Equinox membership, it's how much? 500?
It really depends. Like, there's different tiers. I don't know what it is currently, but obviously
500, something like that a month. Yeah,
exactly.
That's okay. I'll add an extra million in here because that helps me imagine the community component a lot more. Right? Okay, I'll go to 2.3. I think that's my limit. Tell me the price first.
So we're going to market.
Okay.
A little bit over.
Sure.
Your estimated price.
Okay. What's the price?
We don't have it.
Okay, just over the estimated price.
It's a little bit over your estimated price.
The thing is, I think I'm not a good, I can tell a price, but as someone who's never going to buy this home, this is just out of my price point. So I need to get a really good deal on this home to live here, right?
Essentially, yes.
I would imagine most of the people who live here, 2 million is not a problem.
That's exactly the thing. We have to put into perspective as well. Obviously, if we only go off the feature sheet, how much square footage am I getting for how much money? It's never gonna, make sense to the lay person or anybody, even people with money. Right. But when you dive into what you're buying into, which again is the lifestyle, the community, the design, the ethos, saying I live at the Butterfly, it carries its own provenance that is, up to each owner's evaluation.
Yeah. Okay. Well, That's pretty good. I think that's pretty much all.
I mean, that really summarizes luxury as well, right? You see some people on the street. I used to work luxury retail. Some of the pieces that we used to sell, I'd say, hey, I wouldn't wear this for free. I wouldn't wear this if somebody paid me.
Also look at like, I looked at Cole Harbor River Green 1. No, Cole Harbor 1. What was it called? Harbor Green 1.
Harbor Green.
That they're like units, it's a nice unit, but it's like $9 million for something old, right? And for the people who bought there and they come here, they're not going to say this is expensive.
Exactly.
Right? So it's also, I guess, perspective. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, once we're talking about a different price point, but we're also talking about a different demographic.
Right.
So if we put our mindset into that demographic, and then if your budget were around this, then that's what you would expect. And for people who can't afford it, which is majority of the public, even including myself.
Yeah.
It kind of gives us an insight into what you're getting for that money, and a bit of why.
Right. Okay. Well, that was a great video.
Hey, thanks, Alex.
You, Dean.
I'll see you in the next one.
All right. If you guys enjoyed this video, comment down below what you think of this place, and like, comment, subscribe, and check out this video.